What's up, guys? The King of Bong Style, Jojo Valvano here. I'm solo tonight because my good brother's sick, but I wanted to go live anyways because it was TNA Genesis 2025, and this was a good show. I really enjoyed this show. Like there was a lot of cool moments. Cora Jade shows up after Masha beat Rosemary in a really good match. Like the match was like a fun match type thing. I don't know the name exactly, but it had all different weapons up there, and it was barbed wire tables. There was tables, ladders, chairs, garbage cans, barbed wire. Like it was. This match had everything on it, and it was really fun. I enjoyed it. But Cora Jade showing up had me going crazy. I marked out for that, if I'm being honest. But overall, this show was really good, and my boy Joe Hendry won the world championship in a really good main event. Like, this match had me going back and forth because I thought Joe was gonna lose so many different times. I was afraid. I was like, no, no, no. Like there was so much to this match, so many different back and forth. I was legit like, oh my god, is Joe gonna lose? Is Joe gonna win? This was a really, really back and forth match, honestly. JBL showed up and clotheslined Frankie, who was gonna cash in his gauntlet win that he got. Thank God he got clotheslined. Nick Nemitz's brother came in earlier and got banned because of Santino, and then he came back in, and then JBL knocked him out, thankfully, and took him out. And then there was just still times like Joe Hendry hit his finisher for the two, and I thought he was gonna lose. Nick Nemeth hit the super kick in the zigzag for two, and I thought he was gonna win. I really did, but then like Joe Hendry had this match going, and then he got up. He freaking grabbed Ziggler or Nick and threw him, got back up, did the choke slam move he does, and then one, two, three, and that crowd, including me at home, popped for this. Like I believe in Joe Hendry. The whole place was believing. They were doing it. They were waving their hands. Like Joe Hendry winning the world title, this was awesome because I didn't think it would happen. I thought he was going to WWE, and he could still, you never know, but he won the world championship tonight. And Dallas, Texas was a pretty good crowd, but they marked out when this boy won the title. And he walked around everywhere. He was celebrating, and this was a great ending to a really good pay-per-view that had a lot of awesome moments. And you got Axiom and Nathan Frazier of the Tag Team Champions on NXT showing up. They were there during the Hardys versus the Rascals, which the Rascals jumped on them basically, and then they got into it with the Hardys. And then they also announced that this Thursday, for the first time in 8 years, TNA will be live on Thursday night, and it's going to be for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Axiom and Nathan taking on the Rascals. That's going to be some great shit. I can't wait for that. 8 years it's been since TNA is live, 2017, I believe. But this is going to be good. Like between those guys showing up, Cora Jade facing off with Masha Slamovich, which, like I said, her match with Rosemary was really fun. There was a lot of near falls in that match. I thought Rosemary was taking the title, but Masha retained, and then Cora Jade showing up in the end had me going crazy. Like they announced earlier on the pre-show, Busted Open, were saying that there's going to be surprises, which I didn't know exactly what was going to be because we seen a surprise earlier the night with Shantae from NXT, and then Ariana Grace showed up too. But they weren't really, I didn't really care for them. But seeing Cora Jade show up, I marked out for that. She literally went like this. She wants that title. Like that's going to be a fun match. Her and Masha Slamovich, like that's going to be good. And then you got Axiom and Nathan showing up, which was crazy. When they came out, the place popped. Like they popped. Like this was awesome. They got taken out, told to leave because they basically were getting into the face with Rascals, and yeah, so they got told to leave. But the Rascals versus the Hardys was a really good match itself. I really thought the Rascals were going to win. They didn't win in the end. The Hardys hit the Twist of Fate. Both Matt and Jeff hit it for the I think the Swanton as well. 1, 2, 3, and the Hardy Boys retain. I wanted the Rascals. I love the Hardy Boys. The match was great. I love the Rascals. I'm a big fan of the Rascals. But like Cora Jade showing up, that had me just. I'm happy to see Cora Jade in NXT or in TNA. I did not see that coming, honestly. I didn't. I really did not think that was going to happen. But then we had Tessa Blanchard taking on Jordan Grace, which this was a really, really good match. The crowd was chanting Tessa's racist, which, yeah, basically she is, and she hasn't apologized for any of that crap. So yeah, but they were literally getting on her bad with it. They were booing her, like she was getting massively booed out this building. Texas did not fuck with her, but the match was really fun. I enjoyed it. Like Tessa is really good overall. I think she's great. Jordan Grace, I did read, is leaving TNA, so this was her last match. Her last match, so she was putting over Tessa on her way out. So expect Jordan Grace in the Royal Rumble this year or in a few weeks. So that's gonna be great. The match was so good. I'm not gonna lie. Tessa is so good. Jordan Grace is so good. They were both they killed it tonight. And Tessa won, which was the right call because she's staying there. So Jordan's out basically. So the match was good. I really enjoyed it, but she was getting your racist chance. Like she was getting murdered with it. But yeah, really good match. And then we got an I Quit match with Josh Alexander taking on Mike Santana, which Josh Alexander is also leaving TNA. So this was his last match, I believe, with the company as well. And he put on a great performance. Both these guys. I love Mike Santana's entrance coming through the crowd. Love all that stuff. This match was excellent. Like it was crazy good. Like there was just like, oh my god, this match, freaking Mike Santana dived out, did a front flip onto Josh, which was great. He went through a table. There was literally, the crowd was chanting "Fuck you, Baldy" to Josh Alexander, and they were booing the shit out of him, which was funny. Josh did the C4, I believe it was a C4 spike, and then Mike Santana jumped up and sold it and got back up and started beating the shit out of this man. Normally I don't like those, but this was cool. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this match was really, really good. It ended with Josh literally about to get his face like just crushed on the steel steps. Mike Santana had his head literally right here, and as he's about to do it, he says, I quit. And the match ended. But this was brutal. These two guys killed each other. This was excellent. If this truly was Josh's last match in TNA, bravo, man. Great match. Because after Mike Santana said, I was a man of my word, and now I want you to be a man of yours and shake my hand after this match. Josh said, I'm going to be a man of my word. He shook his hand. He said he's basically the future of the company now. And then he said, I quit TNA, and just left the ring. Just walked away, which, yeah, basically Josh is leaving TNA, so I believe it truly now. But they said that Santino is going to talk to him on Thursday on the live edition about this, so that should be interesting. But if this truly was his last match, great match, because this was brutal. Josh and Mike Santana killed each other tonight. And Mike Santana won. I'm happy. Hopefully he wins that world title down the line, because he's another main event player for sure. But this match was great. I loved Josh versus Mike Santana. I Quit match. Great stuff. But like I said, Masha Slamovich versus Rosemary was a really, really good match. I don't know the match's name exactly, but it had all different weapons. It was really fun. It was hardcore. Like this was brutal, just absolutely brutal. Fun stuff. And yeah, Masha wins and Cora Jade shows up. I love this. Cora Jade showing up was just I didn't see this coming, truthfully. I did not see it coming, and I'm happy she is. She literally did this. She wants the title, so I'm all for this. Masha versus Cora Jade, hell yeah. And then we also started off the show with Ace Austin versus Moose for the new X Division title, which looks really nice. I like it. I still prefer the old one, but it's nice for what it is. But this was a fun match to start the show. Moose ends up winning with the spear. He hit Ace Austin with a spear off. Like, Ace Austin went to jump off the second rope and got murdered with the spear. And then murdered again with the spear for the 1-2-3, and Moose retained. And then they started beating down Ace Austin, and that's when Steve Macklin and Eric Young show up to save them, and they start the next match, which is Steve and Eric versus Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, I believe, which was a fine tag match. I enjoyed this, but it was fine. Like, it was, I enjoyed Moose's match more personally, but it was a fine match. Eric Young and Steve win. But Moose's match was more entertaining personally. Like, I really enjoyed it. Ace Austin is so good in the ring. So good in the ring. But like I said, this was a really good show. Like, you had NXT showing up with Cora Jade and the tag team champions. You had my boy Joe Hendry finally win the world championship, and I didn't think it was gonna happen. I'm happy it did. This was awesome. This was a great match. Hold on, guys. I just gotta turn my AC on real quick. But this was a really, really fun match. And Joe Hendry winning the main event was just so unexpected, personally, in my opinion. I thought he was going to be losing, which I'm glad I was wrong, because I believe, and even Dallas, Texas believed, that this was awesome. Like, honestly. But yeah, really fun main event that had me thinking Nick was gonna retain. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that pop when Cass was trying to cash in, I thought John Cena came out. Yeah, bro, it was wild, but it was JBL with that clothesline, and I'm glad he took out Kazarian. I love Frankie, but man, it needed to be Joe Hendry, and tonight was Joe Hendry's night. We believe in Joe Hendry. Like, this was awesome. I'm so happy he won. Who won, Hendry or Nick? My boy Joe Hendry won the title. And that place erupted with We Believe. Like, I'm telling you, when that 3 count hit, they went crazy. Like, they went crazy. Like, really fun show, really fun main event that had me just, I don't know who was going to win. I thought Nick was retaining. I was booing him. I love Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, but I wanted Joe Hendry. And I was afraid at times that he was not going to win. When he first hit his finisher, I thought it was over. But he hit that second one, and that place erupted when he jumped up and he did the choke slam. 1, 2, 3, and the winner, Joe Hendry, wins the world title. A new era begins. Josh Alexander and Jordan Grace are heading out of TNA, but now Joe Hendry is the world champion. So there's some good things and there's some sad things, but there's a partnership with the company, so you never know. They could still be there. But this was an awesome show overall. Jake something, like I said, beat Shashante from NXT earlier in the show. Frankie won his match on the pre-show as well. But this was a fun show. Personally, I really enjoyed it. The crowd was good. Joe Hendry won the world title. I'm so happy about that. I'm going to keep saying it. I got to see Cora Jade in TNA, which is crazy. Masha Slamovich and Rosemary, hell of a match. The Hardys versus the Rascals was great. Tessa Blanchard, Jordan Grace was a great match. Even the crowd was shitting on Tessa, which I understand, but taking away any of that, Tessa's really good in the ring. But yeah, the crowd was just booing her tonight, and she won. But I do believe Jordan Grace is heading out and will be in the Rumble. Josh Alexander most likely could be in the Rumble. I don't know exactly. I think his contract's up on the 15th of February, if I'm correct. Could be wrong, but he could show up. You never know. But honestly, I want to say this was a really, really good show. Like, I really enjoyed this. It was worth the money I spent. Like, this was a good show. Like, Cora Jade showing up was awesome. I can't wait for that match face to face. And I can't wait to see other stars show up. Like, Joe Hendry showing up with the world title on NXT will be great. And yeah, like, I want to see really Obafemi and Moose face off. That's what I really was thinking was going to happen, but it is what it is. We'll get that one day, but this was a good show. I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. Crowd was great, and overall everyone won that I wanted, and Joe Hendry won the world title. Like, I'm so happy about that. I don't know how many times I could say it. going into this pay-per-view, that was the most thing I was like, is he going to win? Or is TNA going to kind of fumble this and let him go to WWE? But they did the right thing. Joe Hendry won the world title in a great, just great main event with Nick Nemeth. Bravo to both guys. Nick is awesome. Love him. But it was Joe's time. And Joe won the world championship. The crowd loved it. We all loved it. This was awesome. A great moment for TNA and a great moment for Joe. Like, honestly, I'm hyped for TNA on Thursday live for the first time in 8 years. Like, that is going to be some good shit. The Rascals are taking on Axiom and Nathan for the tag titles, I just found out. So it's for the tag titles as well. So that's crazy. So this Thursday is looking awesome. Like, honestly, I'm hyped for Thursday. TNA is delivering great stuff. The partnership with WWE is going to really help. And I can't wait to see a lot of these face-offs and a lot of these just, like, I really cannot wait to see Cora Jade take on Masha. Like, that is going to be an excellent match. Or even Obafemi versus Moose. Like, all these matches, I'm hyped for. TNA is killing it, man. Like, I know I probably sound like a mark, but when it's good, I'm going to tell you guys it's good. When it's not, I'm going to tell you when it's not. But this was a good show. I really enjoyed it. Can't wait for Thursday. Tomorrow's Monday Night Raw, so that should be a fun show. But yeah, overall, this was a good show. So if you didn't see it, go watch it, honestly, because this was awesome. But it's probably going to be, I'm going to do a shorter show tonight because my brother's not here. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out tonight because this was an excellent pay-per-view. But we will be back live tomorrow following Monday Night Raw. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys. And thank you. Peace out.